안녕하세요, 여러분. Rogers 박사님입니다. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your boy, Dr. Rogers, a multiple scholarship winner, a Korean government scholar, also an alumni, and currently a research professor in Korea. So today I'm going to talk about the language proficiency when you're applying for the Global Korean Scholarship 2022. So lots of questions have been coming up and people are asking if it's very important or necessary for you to have the Korean language skill or not. Or it's necessary for you to have TOEFL or IELTS. So I'm going to answer the questions right away. Do you need Topik, that is a test of Korean language as a foreign language skill? Yes and no. If you're applying for a major which is going to be studied in Korean, then definitely you will need to have the Korean test of Korean skill test called Topik. But if your program is going to be studied in English, then you do not need it, but you might need TOEFL or IELTS. Here it is how it works. If you don't have both of them, either Topik, TOEFL or IELTS is still okay, because during my year I didn't have any of them, but I applied and I was selected. So it's very tricky when you're applying. If you have Topik or if you have IELTS, yeah, it's okay. If you have Topik or IELTS, then it's an advantage for you because it makes you stand out amongst other candidates. But if you don't have Topik and you're applying, it's still okay, because when you be selected, you'll be given 1 year to take a course to be trained in Korean language skill. Here's a background story. During my year, there was a girl who applied to study Korean history. So, and this course is being taught in Korean. So when she came during her time, at the end of the day, she didn't get a level 3, because the levels are divided into 6 levels. She didn't get level 3, but her score was very high. Some schools where if you're going to study your program in English, call their candidates, but in her own case, she wasn't selected and she felt she wasn't properly it was not it wasn't fair, and the university didn't call her because her program was to be studied in strictly in Korean, so they expected her to even have level 4, not level 3 to study. So if you know very well that your program will be taught in Korean, then please make sure you have some basic level of Korean skills before you apply, because even after when you're selected and you come for the program, you will face a lot of difficulties and you might end up being kicked off from the program after arriving in Korea. But if your Korean language skills are high, I'll recommend you go for a program taught in English, so that when you come, you learn your Korean and you go in and have a very good time in Korea. During my time, my first year, it was quite miserable because my Korean skills were really very adamant, very basic. I'm going to make another video on what skills you need to use to study for Korean language, especially as a Korean a global Korean scholar. There are certain skills you need to apply, which if I knew back then my first year in Korea would have been awesome. Because Korea is a very beautiful country. They have a very fast education learning system, whereby if you don't have these skills, you don't have basic Korean language level, then you might not end up making it. So if you love this video, make sure you hit on the subscription bell and notification bell to subscribe. And again, you will need to have TOEFL, especially if you are applying for the Sky Universities, Korean University, Yonsei, Haiyan University. There are a couple of Sky Universities in Korea. Especially your program is to be studied in English. You need to have TOEFL or IELTS, because applying or getting these programs are very, very competitive, and a lot of people from native English speaking countries apply for them and they have higher chances over you. Even if you have a first class degree and you don't have this language proficiency, your chances of being selected into these countries or these programs will be very low. So think about it, think pretty well. I'll be sharing more tips on the Global Korean Scholarship 2022. Say hello to my daughter MJ. So if you love this video, hit on the notification bell and see you again on my next video. 안녕하세요. Okay, goodbye. 만납소 반갑습니다. Bye.